have. So this was the last week pop quiz, the pop quiz 5, the MCQs pop quiz 5. If you have any doubt in question 1, you can let me know. Question number 1, any doubt about the comparison of the rate of diffusion?
No.
Sir, can you repeat it, please? Sorry.
What?
Can you re-explain it, sir?
When we
So I
compare
wasn't.
when we compare the rate of diffusion, which gas diffuses at a higher rate? We want the from slowest to the fastest. So slowest one, the heavy gases will move slower, and the lighter gases will move faster. The gas which is lighter will move faster, and the gas which is heavier will move slower. So for this, you have to use a periodic table, because in a periodic table, using a periodic table, you can work out the mass of each of these gases. Like we have the first carbon dioxide is there. We have the carbon dioxide, ammonia, and methane. These are the gases which we have. So using a periodic table, you have to work out the mass of each gas. Like what is the mass of a carbon dioxide? CO2. So what is the mass of carbon using a periodic table?
Carbon is 6. No, I mean 12.
So mass of a carbon is 12. So you will write 12. Plus mass of oxygen?
16.
The mass of the oxygen is, when you check the periodic table, oxygen is 8 and 16. So 16 is a mass. 8 is a proton number, 16 is a mass number. So for oxygen, you will write 16. And how many of them? 2 of them. So you multiply by 2. So when you solve, 16 times 2 is 32. And 32 plus 12 makes 44. So the mass of oxygen is 44. Mass of carbon dioxide is 44. The total mass. Then the mass of ammonia. To get the mass of ammonia,
17.
you will check the periodic table again. Nitrogen is what? The mass of a nitrogen?
14 and hydrogen are 1, so 3 hydrogen is 3, so 14 plus 3 is 17.
Good. So nitrogen is 14 and hydrogen is 1, and there are 3 of them. So when you simplify, you will get 17. Then we have a CH4, which is a methane. Carbon is 12 and hydrogen is 1 multiplied by 4. So the total sum will be 16. So we want the slowest to the fastest. Means we want first the heavy gas, then the lighter. So which one will diffuse slower? The slowest.
CO2.
CO2, because it is a heavy, so it will move at a slowest rate. Which will diffuse at a higher rate?
NH3, ammonia.
NH3 is 17, CH4 is 16. Which is the lightest?
Lightest is methane, and
Methane.
in middle
So
is
methane
ammonia.
will be the fastest, because the lighter gas, the faster it moves. The heavy gas, the slower it moves. So what will be the order from slowest to the fastest? So the first slowest is carbon dioxide, followed by NH3 and followed by methane. So A will be the right answer for this. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
From their masses, we worked out the rate of a diffusion. Question 2, any doubt?
Sir, isn't question 2 not in chemistry anymore?
Question number 2 is about the random motion or a Brownian motion. What happened? The term Brownian motion means the random motion of the particle is called a Brownian motion. And so random movement of the particles, random movement of the particle. And why there's a random movement of the particle? Because when the heavy particle lighter particles hit the heavy particle, these lighter particles, because they're continuously hitting the heavy particle, this causes a random motion. Like this cause a continuous change in direction. So Brownian motion is a random movement of the particles due to bombardment of a small particle. When the small particles hit the heavy particle, they cause a random motion. We call that as a Brownian motion.
Sir, one question.
Yes?
Does valence electrons means electrons in the last shell?
Yes, electrons in the last shell are known as the valence electron, right?
Okay.
Question 3, any doubt?
No,
Question
sir.
3. Anyone having a doubt in 3? No doubt. Question 4.
Sir, yes, question 4.
Question 4, any doubt? Okay.
Yes, sir.
The question is, which statement about solid magnesium oxide is correct? First thing, what is the magnesium oxide? Magnesium is a metal and oxygen is a non-metal. When a compound contains a metal and non-metal, what kind of compound is this? Ionic or a covalent? Metal
Ionic.
Ionic.
Ionic. So means this is an ionic compound. We want to identify the characteristic of the ionic compound. It is a giant structure made up of magnesium and oxygen atoms covalently bonded. No, that's wrong. It is formed because of the electron transfer from metal to a non-metal. So they have ionic bond, not covalent bond. That's why this statement is not correct. It is an electrical conductor with a mobile magnesium and oxide ion. It's a solid. In a solid, it cannot conduct. If it was a molten, it can conduct, and magnesium and the oxygen ions will be free to move. But this is a solid. In a solid state, it cannot conduct. That's why this is wrong. The magnesium loses electron and these electrons move freely. No, the magnesium, because in ionic compound, what happened? The metal loses electron and the non-metal gain electron. So the magnesium will lose electron and the oxygen should gain those electrons. But it's written the electrons will move freely through the lattice. That is wrong. This only happened in the metal, not in the ionic compounds. An oxygen ion and the magnesium ions are attracted to each other in a giant lattice. That's right. We have a positive and the negative ions, and these ions are attracting each other. So the giant lattice, a regular arrangement of oppositely charged ions, is in which the magnesium and oxygen ions are attracting each other. That's why D is the right answer. Why not C?
Sir, also doubt in question 5.
Magnesium loses electron and these electrons are free to move through the lattice. This is wrong. Because in ionic compound, the electrons are not free to move. In ionic compounds, there are positive and negative ions are there. If it was about the metallic structure, only metal, then this statement will be right. But for an ionic compound, it's always a positive and the negative ions. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. I have doubt in question 5.
Okay. In question 5, which molecule contain only 3 shared pair of electrons? When we draw the structure of CH3, O and H, how many shared pair of electrons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it cannot be A. When we draw chlorine, chlorine belongs to group 7, so share 1. So it has only 1 shared pair of electron. So it cannot be chlorine. When we draw water molecule, H2O, so H, O and H. How many shared pair of electron are there? 1 and 2. So it cannot be C. Nitrogen belongs to group 5. Group 5 will share 3 electrons. So 1, 2, 3 electron between them. So the question is, which molecule contains 3 shared pair of electron? That is nitrogen, or D will be the right answer. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So for this, you have to draw the structure of each of the molecule. Question 6, any doubt? Any doubt in
No,
question?
sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
For question 6, the correct answer is B. Yes, that's right. Question 7, any doubt?
No, sir.
Sir, in this, we have to count
Yes,
in
you
the
have to
structure
count
and
the
then do
atoms
the
of each element, and then which one it matches with, that will be the right formula for caffeine.
Okay, sir. Thank
So you just have to count this carbon atoms, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. So this was a pop quiz 5. The next session, the MCQ's pop quiz 5. The next session will discuss the structure pop quiz 5 of chemistry.